Okay, so now these things you're looking at are called God attributes. They're like statues of attributes that each person has inside of them once they become initiates into the search for their God self. These statues are these God attributes that I'm showing you right now. It's so controversial in the world because so much damage has been done to the history of the melanated man and woman on this planet by the European corporations that are now in control of the earth and causing chaos and slavery to everyone like it's always been. Problem is our history books that we were given in these European classrooms that I should call brainwash centers never really programmed us or gave us accurate information about the past of the existence of the human family on the earth. What we actually received from them was a bunch of rhetorical information that was designed to create a world of chaos, and the family on this planet has been left in a maze of distrust, saturated in hatred, brainwash, poverty, decadence, all type of religious dogma that is just so, I don't even know how to describe it accurately, but people are just stupid as hell. Now, what you see here in front of you is all attributes that are inside of every living person on this planet, be it male or female. The God attributes, the God divine nature of God is something that can be attained by women as well as men. This God energy is not based on male European ego. It doesn't work that way. The only thing that works that way is corruption. Religion, politics, everything that we know on this earth right now that is under European control is all corruption. It has nothing to do with God at all. It has a lot to do with wickedness, evil, selfishness, and just flat out oppression, trademarks of the Europeans. Until the invent of them, and I did say invent because they were invented, up until the invent of them, the things that we know now and accept as chattel property, because that's all we are. The word chattel meaning cattle and human combined together. These corporations deliberately, through the manipulations of religion and slavery and oppression of all people of the earth. You might as well get over the idea that the only people that's been oppressed on this planet has been black men and black women. That's crap. As a matter of fact, the first people that was enslaved on the earth were Europeans, enslaved by Europeans. Later down the line, some black people did catch on to this European act of profiteering and get involved with it. Yes, they did. But it was not something that was invented, perpetuated, and enterprised, instituted. All those words that makes this oppression become the great ma'afa that it was to us melanated people was all incorporated by European people. If you will, they just took it and ran amok with it. And the aftermath of that is what we have today, where now they are again attacking Europeans. The first assault was on Europeans. After the submissive of Europeans, the Europeans were trained and formatted into a machine that perpetuated the same rituals that were demonstrated on them toward the melanated family of the planet Earth. After boot camp in Europe, is what I call it, there came the Dark Ages, where they deliberately went around the world and destroyed all the education centers of Africa, put everybody under a state of religious bondage, spiritual bondage that we know as Christianity, and then perpetuated lies of black people never contributed anything to the world. That's the reason why these statues that you're looking at right now are the oldest statues of any worship system on the planet. There has never been a group of earth recipients, mankind, that outdate the history of the melanated man and woman. The melanated man and woman has no beginning and no end. These statues that are scorned on now and look to be so pagan, and even black people that happen to see this will turn away from it and look at it as something that's pagan or beneath the same ritual, where if I removed all those statues and put a statue of Jesus Christ, it'll be totally acceptable then. And the reason for that is because the people that implemented the Jesus Christ chapter into the religion, and I shouldn't even say religion, because the ancient Kemetic philosophy of self-enlightenment was not a religion. See, a religion, according to me, is something that's given by a nation of people to push their supremacy through the acceptance of their image as a god on another nation of people. So, if you ever find two sectors of people that has one worship system, you better believe that the worship system that fits the physical personification of one of those sectors has been perpetuated through force on the non-fitting people. Otherwise, left alone, people will always worship a god that looks like themselves. That's just common sense. It would be ridiculous for a zebra to have a picture of a lion up in its house, worshiping it as its god. Just as ridiculous as it is for a black woman that has been victimized so horribly by the Europeans to have a picture of some cracker on her wall as her god. And the only reason for that is the description I just gave you. Because of violence, it's the only thing that I can see that will make someone be manipulated into accepting an image other than themselves as their supreme creator. Now, when you read your own European Bible and it says God created man in his image, that should let you know right there that the only person God created was white men. Because that's what it said. It said God, not the goddess, created man. Man. It didn't say humans. It said man. In his image. Then right behind that, they gave you image of God, which is some white man on a cloud looking angry as hell at everybody because everybody on earth is just so sinful, and I guess he's disgusted that he even made mankind, according to them. Okay. This image of their God, along with all the rhetorical brainwashings that go along with their angry God that everyone has sinned and everyone needs to come and pay money to the church and wash my soul whiter than snow, all that bullshit. And then these same people running to this white God looking for redemption hates black people because that's what that Bible teaches. If it teaches that white is God and doesn't even mention black at all until it always mentioned that God told you to go kill these people and take their land and woo 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 and it's okay to make slaves out of them, that is a really messed up book. It's a book of lies and a book of deceit. It is the best tool of the white man, and it was designed and purposely aimed at the destruction and eradication of the spiritual system that was naturally implemented in the melanated people of this earth. The removal of our spiritual system and the replacement of it with their material system is the reason why black people, just a description of us, that is not who we are. Who we are spiritual beings encapsulated in these material sarcophaguses known as bodies, sent to this realm of time and space to have experiences necessary to lead us to our next level for our next set of experiences. So, what's going on here is that one of the experiences I guess was very necessary for us to have here was our dealing with these Europeans, because there's nothing on this earth to me more dramatic than that. Okay, knowing that they are just an experience, circumstance, the main thing that you need to develop in your heart is the reason to be honest and as sincere as possible when dealing with them. Because if you do not deal with these people on a sincere basis, then you will be locked down in one of their foolish paradigms where you will ritualize Christmas, Easter, Halloween, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving Day, which should be really be Thanksgiving Day, because no one gave them shit. They stole and murdered for everything. Okay? This is not hatred that I'm speaking. This is my attempt to try to wake this world up and give an explanation of why everything is so screwed up and why now the banks and everything is taking the homes of all these people, Caucasians, away. The people who sat around and deliberately help these same bankers stop us melanated people from being able to create our own infrastructure and to do and take care of ourselves. Every other race on the planet has their own infrastructure. They have their own natural center where they can identify themselves, and then all these races all walk around for some reason and build conglomerations with each other to hate the melanated man and woman. And the black woman also hates the melanated man, and the melanated man also hates the melanated woman. So there's a reason for that. You have to ask yourself, why has these statues been removed and hidden from the world, and why is the whole world so steadfast on demonstrating hatred toward the black man and woman, or the melanated man and woman of this planet? Let me explain to you why. See, when the universe first made the human family, the first people that got put here was ASAR and ASAR. That's the one in the middle, where you see three. Right in the middle. There's 1, 2, 3. ASAR and ASAR is the mother of Heru. Heru is an androgynous child. That means that it has nothing to do with it being male. The child could be male or female. It's just a regenerative addition to the first breeding pair. Now, when the child comes into play, right, naturally, if it's male, the universe will automatically make the next child be female. Or, best way would be the first child would be a pair, male and female. This is how the whole Earth family started. It did not start from no white people in Africa. Everything else was Africa but the people, white. Now, I look at creation story pictures and I see Adam and Eve white. I see giraffes, lions, tigers, all this stuff synonymous with Africa, but melanated people, which we know to this day the Europeans are still over there killing. So now their story is that God created white man first. Black people got cursed from Noah getting drunk, and then the cursed people grew in numbers and superseded the number of the God people. That's a bunch of bullshit. Let me tell you what really happened. What really happened was when the universe made man and woman, it made it from the elements that the universe had to work with. The darkness of space and the blackness of the soil. The darkness of the ocean when you get deep down past the sunlight. The blackness of the recess of the female's vagina. The darkness of the black hole in space where all planets come from. All this blackness is known as God. All this blackness going on in our universe, and then all of a sudden you get some mutated people walking around on the earth that decides that it's their job to eradicate everything good that the universe has made. So now they go around killing all the animals, destroying all the trees, all the birds, everything, because of the fact that they're not black. They can't understand that because it's a psychological imbalance in their mind that put them